Everybody, I greet you according to your time frame. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. How are you people doing? Today we are going to learn how to make this beautiful bag you are seeing here. If this is what you want to learn, just stay tuned and watch to the end. So this is the material I'm using for the tutorial, two leather and two lining. So I'm going to give you the measurement of the body. So the body is measured 37.5 cm by 24.5 cm. At the base, he had boxed it with 5 cm by 5 cm. Here also 5 cm by 5 cm. So at the top here, I went in by 3 cm, then I connected it to this 5 cm point. I did the same thing here, 3 cm, then I connected it to this point. Now I went in again by 2.5 cm. I came down by 1.5 cm that I connected. So then I'm going to cut it off. Just cut a box it, you cut it this way and this way. You cut here, you can see the way I'm cutting it. I'm going to flip it over now. I'm going to use it to cut this side because I want everything to be equal. So I'm going to arrange it very well and use it to shape this side. So this, what I'm doing in this particular side is what I'm going to do in the second side of the leather. Remember we cut it two leather, two lining. So I'm going to repeat it in the second leather. I will also repeat same on the lining. Everything has to be in uniform. So now I'm going to place it on the leather like this. Arrange it very well. Make sure you arrange it very well. After arranging it, I'm going to trace it. So if you are just joining for the first time and you're coming across this my channel for the first time, you are welcome. You can join my online classes going on now. I have online classes on school bags, lunch bags, and crossbody bags. So if you're interested, just reach me on the WhatsApp number that you are seeing display here for the details on how to join the training. So what I did in the leather, I'm going to repeat it on the lining. So for this D-ring strap is measured 8 cm by 6 cm. So I'm going to fold it this way and this way. See the way I folded it, then I'm going to sew it. Fold it in a way that it will size the D-ring that you are using or the adjuster you are using. So I'm going to sew it on the two sides. After sewing it, I'm going to put it into my adjuster. I'm going to arrange it very well. Then I'm going to sew it also. So I'll put the second one. So I'm going to sew it as well. So this is what we have now. I'm keeping it aside. So now we are going to start the sewing proper. This is the main body, the lining, and the zipper. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my zipper. I'll place it this way. The zipper should be the exact measurement of that part. Then I'll put it, the zipper will face the right side of the leather, then the lining will be at the wrong side of the zipper. Then I'm going to stitch it now. So after sewing it, I'm going to flip it over. You see the way I flipped it over? I'm going to arrange it very well. Then I'm going to top stitch on it. Arrange it very well and top stitch on it. So this is what I have after top stitching it. So I'm going to repeat same on the other part of the zipper. But before I do that, I need to sew my inner pocket. So the lining I'm using for my inner pocket is measured 18 cm by 26 cm. So I'm going to fold it into two and sew it round. But before I sew it, I'm going to leave some parts where I'm going to open it from, as in we are going to turn it to the right side from. So you can see the way I'm sewing it. Make sure that you leave some part open. That's where I'm going to turn it to the right side from. So after sewing it, I'm trimming it off at this point. You see the point, I'm trimming off the excess there, then I'm turning it to the right side. If you have iron, after turning it to the right side, you can give it a press, a good press, for it to be relaxed very well. But if you don't have iron, you can also work with it, press it down very well, and now do what? put your scissors inside or anything, push it out very well. So now I'm going to top stitch the upper part of it. I have to sew it, top stitch it down so that that upper part will be relaxed. So now I'm going to get my lining, one of my lining. I'm going to centralize this pocket on it. I'm coming down by 6 cm here. Then at the side, make sure that you centralize it. The measure, the allowance you have on the two sides has to be equal. Then I'm going to start sewing it. I'll start sewing it from here. Then I will go this way. Make sure that it's centralized. Make sure that you are still maintaining the 6 cm that we took. Then I'll come this way. Then I will come this way. So now we are done with our inner pocket. So this is the time to now sew it on the leather. So I'm going to place this part on the lining. Then I placed my leather on top of the zipper. So I'm going to sew it. After sewing it, I will flip it over and top stitch it at once. So now is the time to sew this D-ring on it. So I've already fixed my zip head. You can see it. You see the way I placed it. I want you to see it very well. So I'm going to place it this way. Now I'm going to sew it here and here. So I'm done sewing it. This is what we have. Don't forget to put your zipper pull. So now you flip it leather to leather, lining to lining. Make sure that you arrange it well. Make sure that it's equal at all sides. So now I'm going to sew you this way. I will sew you this way. I will sew you this way. Let me repeat myself. You can see it this way, and this way. I'll come to the lining also this way. You arrange your lining very well. Make sure that everything is equal this way, and this way. So you can see I'm done sewing it. You can see it. I'm done sewing all the parts I mentioned that I'm going to sew, but I left an opening there where I will turn my bag from. So now we are going to sew all the box parts. You fold it this way, you sew. You fold here this way, you sew. At this point also, at this point, you are going to see the way I put it. You see it? I'm going to put my lining that same way also. I put both the lining and the leather together. You see what I'm doing? Make sure they are together this way. You sew. I'm going to repeat same on this part also. Arrange your leather. Make sure that it's centralized with the zipper head, the zipper teeth. Centralize it with the zipper teeth. Also centralize your lining. Also, the zipper teeth should be the guide. So you arrange it well. Then I'm going to sew it here. So I'm also going to sew all the box part. This part, I'm going to sew it, arrange it and sew. I'm going to repeat same here also. Arrange it and sew. So I'm done sewing it. You can see it. I'm done sewing every part I mentioned that I will sew. I'm done sewing it. No, so now is the time to turn it to the right side. So if you're interested in my online classes, just reach out to me on these WhatsApp numbers here. So now we are going to close this part. You see what I'm doing? You close it here. So after sewing it, this is what I have. So now we are going to turn our bag to the right side. You see this bag is very beautiful bag. You can use it to be cashing out. It's just that this leather I used did not do justice to the work, but if you use a very good leather to do it, it will come out very beautiful. So when you open it, turn it, you try as much as possible to push out every point, push it out very well. Then you sew your handle and put there based on your decision or desire. So this is our work. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like our video. Don't forget to share our video. So I'm going to put a handle for it so that we see how good it comes out. Thank you for watching and God bless you. Don't forget to share my videos, comment, and always like my videos.